Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, hello. How's everybody doing today? We're hopping into Final Fantasy 2 for the very last time today, just because I want to show off a thing. Before I do, though, let me make sure that I can see everybody and I have all my stuff set up because I was a little bit rushed today. Okay, as it is. Hello. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, make sure that we can see each other there. Real quick. Well, hold on. I might as well wait and see if Ken will show up because I bet he'd want to see this. So we'll just play through the stream normally until he shows up. All right. Okay. Oh God, flashbang. Okay, so I really wanted to show this off, right? This is how you break this game. Real quick, this is my experimentation file. You see, I didn't even bother changing the names this time. Okay, so this save file is not very far along. Hey, it's Ken. Hey, Ken. Oh, God damn it. But look at my stats. So yeah, I broke it. I have successfully broken the game. This is still very early on, and this is a brand new save. I haven't even gotten Scott's ring yet. And I did that. How? I will show you exactly how. But first, I'm gonna get out of this combat. So let me just get back to the start here because I'm still way the hell down here. We'll come back here in a second. Because I'm gonna show you a thing. That's very, very silly. Very, very funny. So if you ever were curious on how to break this game, I've talked about it a couple of times just throughout playing it, that there are ways, right? And we even had that one chatter come in and sort of throw little hints around on how to get it done. I'm gonna show you real quick. But first I need to travel. Run away. I could just kill everybody, but it's faster to just run. Oh my God, go away. So we're gonna go all the way back. Lots of encounters, right? I should just turn off encounters. Just for this. Just to get where we're going. Okay, so. Just to make absolutely clear once more, we're still at the very beginning of the game. We're told, no, you can't join. You can't join you can't join us because you're too young and small and weak. You can't join the resistance. You're just kids. So go out and go live your lives. You know, we got Paul right here. We got Gordon still back here, being all sad that he left his brother to die. Very beginning of the game. Don't even have a fourth. Don't got Minwoo or anybody. So here's the thing, right? If you just come all the way up here, so normally, in order to do what you have to do, the first thing that you do is actually go up to Finn, and then go to the bar to, find out that Scott survived, get Scott's ring, and come back down and prove that you're, ready to join by, sneaking around, right? Now, if you come right over here, I showed this off before, but, you know, just to, like, fully describe how this goes. By running around here, you get ogres and you get turtles and stuff. Now, you have a chance of running into ogre mages. And that's all through this area. All these, like both this little swamp area and the swamp area up here, you have a chance of running into ogre mages. Now, when you run into the ogre mages, if you manage to kill them, which is really hard, really at the start of the game, but you know, a little bit of grinding and you can level up fire enough that you can deal enough damage to get one of them down eventually, you know. But you do that, you eventually get warp, right? And then you take warp. And I'm just going to turn off encounters again so I can, like, show this off. You take warp and you go all the way over here to Fynn, which is where you're supposed to be going. And then to progress the story, you know, you go over there to that bar. But then instead, you'll fight these guys. Now, if you remember, these guys kill you basically in one hit. Like, they're nasty, nasty, nasty bastards. Now, you can use warp over and over and over again. Reload, 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 warp, 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 reload, reload. And eventually you can get them down to get, like, some golden armor, get some flame bows, and get good that way. I decided to go a different way. There's something else you can do. And I don't recommend that you do this, but again, if we're talking about breaking this game, this is how you do it. Instead, you go all the way up here. You go all the way up. Now, you're going to get into encounters that you are not ready for. You just got to run and pray. Flee, pray. Flee, pray. Because you are running into things that are way too strong for you up here. And I mean, like, end game level stuff. Things that you have no business fighting. Were-rats is a bad example. But you're going to run into antlions, you're going to run into chimeras. Hey, look, an ogre mage. And you go all the way up, and you just got to flee and pray, flee and pray. Oh, look, dual heads, frescoes, like things that you would fight in Flynn Castle. Like, remember, this is where the Colosseum was, where you have... There's some fucking antlions and chimeras. Now, if you saw, I was dodging that. You know how I was dodging that? Because I have bucklers equipped. By having bucklers equipped, you level up your evasion up to the point where it's very rare to get hit, so you can at least survive a little bit as you're going, but it's still very much like... Equip the two bucklers and pray while you're fleeing. You just gotta flee and pray. Flee and pray. You do that. Turn that off. All the way up. You go all the way. Flee and pray. Flee and pray. Flee and pray. Flee and pray. All the way. All the way up. Because you still can't fight stuff in here. No. I mean, it starts getting a little bit more manageable once you get past this, point. Now we're back to early game monsters. This is where we're back to early game monsters where you can actually fight them properly. But, honestly, we still have so far to go. Like, if you really want to, you can, and then stop off at that village to, like, go sleep and, like, move on. You can also get Asuna there, which you might want, but not necessary. But we're still moving. We're still going. We're still traveling. Here, you're probably fighting and, like, getting your fire leveled up a little bit. Going, all the way to this village. Once you're in this village, you can come over here. And you get teleport, which is just like warp, but it has a much higher hit chance. And there you have an insta-kill ability. It's like Toad, but whereas Toad has the chance of making you lose out on experience and item drops, like gil and items and tomes and stuff, Teleport doesn't do that. Teleport is just an insta-kill spell. It just kills them. Now, it's got a low chance at first, but as you're going, you're fighting things that normally you can fight from here on out. So you can fight things here. So you can train up your teleport to, like, you know, level 3, level 4. As you're going, as you're traveling, you're leveling up your teleport. Like I said, 3 or 4. You're coming over here. And once you're over here, you can talk to Cid. And you can get an airship transport back to Altair. So now, you have an insta-kill spell that you're leveling up, and you can go back to the start. Now, here's a quirk of the Pixel Remaster. This is really important. Once upon a time, in older versions of this game, if you came down here to the bottom of this little area right here, you would run into Black Flans and like monsters on the Mysidian continent down there. This is not the case anymore. They have fixed that. That no longer is true. However, because I'm a psychopath, I was like, well, let's see if I can still beat this a little bit. And that's where going down there came from. So I'm still leveling up teleport, right? I'm still leveling up fire. I'm still leveling up... at this point, you can go back up here to Fynn, and you can kill sorcerers and stuff to get Toad. So now you've got Toad, teleport, and fire. Those 3 spells are your really important ones. And cure, but, you know, you've got cure. Now we're coming down here. And when you come down here, we can turn combat back on. Here, you have the chance of running into everything on the Mysidian continent right here. So down here, they changed it. So instead of that little archipelago you run into things, now it's down here. You run into those things. So you can eventually run into Black Flans and higher level monsters like Brains and stuff. And so the fun thing is that all of these creatures, not only can they be teleported, but they're also weak to fire. So if the fire doesn't kill them, then the teleport will teleport them. And because it's an insta-kill spell, you get all the gil, you get all the experience. And because you're wearing bucklers, you're leveling up your evasion and your defense whenever anything hits you while taking less damage. Big exception, Black Flans. And that's really important. Wow, that's lucky. All right. Black Flans are the exception, because Black Flans, while they are weak to fire, they're immune to teleport and Toad. Which means that if you're casting teleport on them, you can just level up teleport because it won't work. You can just level up Toad because it will not work. But because you're using the spell, you're using mana to cast the spell, you're getting things back. And because they're attacking you, your evasion's going up, your defense is going up, your maximum HP is going up. So you just keep doing this for hours. So literally, I've been reading manga while just letting this go. Now it's important to stress, you can only level up once in each encounter. So no matter how long this is going, I'll only ever level up once. But because this takes so goddamn long, without just letting it sit there, you might not level up. And because I'm casting spells, my maximum mana is increasing. Because I'm getting hit, my maximum HP is increasing. Because I'm wearing shields and getting hit, my defense is increasing. And because I've got shields in both hands, my evasion is increasing. Fun. Fun, that. And they're weak to fire. So once I'm done fighting them, I just blow them the fuck up. And because they give me lots of money, what I've been doing is I've just been doing that until I run out of money, and then I run out of like HP, mana, whatever, and then I use a cottage, and I go up and buy more cottages. And I've just been doing that. And that's how I got these stats. That's how you break the game. If you were ever wondering how you break Final Fantasy II, that's how you do it. It takes a while, but that's how you do it. Like, as you can see, my time, do not trust that time. I cheated a little bit. I did use these boosts just to make it go faster. So, essentially multiply all of those by 4. Which means that it wasn't 5 hours, it was 20 hours. By doing this for 20 hours, I got these stats and these spells to these levels. Now, what's important to note is that even doing it for 20 hours, my fucking Toad is still only level 11. I would need to go up and fight those antlions and cast Toad on them to level up my Toad anymore, and even then, it would take forever. So I really wanted to show off the Toad minigame, but it's just taking way too fucking long. So, sorry. I would have liked to show it off, but I'm not gonna. So instead, as a sort of peace offering, I forgot that these games, just like with Chrono Trigger, got PlayStation releases and got cinematic trailers, got cinematic openings for them. Final Fantasy II and Final Fantasy III, I think. Sorry, not PlayStation. They got re-releases on the DS? And they got cinematic releases for them. So, I'm gonna show off the cinematic trailer instead. And hopefully that'll be a nice little peace offering. So we're gonna watch the Final Fantasy II cinematic, and then I'm going to very quickly end stream, and then restart stream, and we'll watch the Final Fantasy III opening, and then play Final Fantasy III. That's the plan. Cool, 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 cool. That's how you do it. Let me see. Where is the video? There it is. Alright. Window capture. Bop. Oh god, that looks terrible. Let me fix it. Why is this overlaid this way? Why is it like this? Fix yourself. Let's see. Order, transform. There we go. Okay, are we ready for the Final Fantasy II cinematic? Go, 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 go. Let me just make this shut up. Okay, let's go. I'm sorry for the low res. This is just how it looks. It's as high res as I can make it. So if you remember, at the start of Final Fantasy 2, we see the peace is over, and we see the Emperor like destroying the city. This is what they changed it into. That's our protagonist. We got Tyrion, purple-haired girl, and Guy, and Edge. Or whatever his name actually is. I forget. Aren't even a weapon in this game. How do you do that? Oh, I like that. It actually shows them getting back up, which sort of explains why even when you defeat them in town, they don't go away. So it's like it's an undead army almost. So like an army of demons. Like demon knights. And this, like, remix it's going is very nice. How many Final Fantasy games are direct sequels to each other? None. Well, I shouldn't say none, but if they are, they say that. Like, it's Final Fantasy X-2, you know? It'll do that sort of thing. Alright. Boop. Like it'll actually say like Final Fantasy X-2, you know. There are theories that are like, oh, Final Fantasy X and 7 are connected because in Final Fantasy 2 there's a person named Shinra and he's talking about going to another planet, and then you see in Final Fantasy 7, Cid has a spaceship. That's like an old spaceship that's kind of reminiscent to the Final Fantasy 10s, and they got like this sort of live stream thing going back and forth between the two games because Spira is the spiral of life and death, and Final Fantasy 7 has the live stream. Like, there's theories that go around with that, but direct sequels is not a thing unless it specifically says it is. So Final Fantasy 2 is not a direct sequel to Final Fantasy 1. That it doesn't work that way. But in Final Fantasy 14, they sort of suggest that they're in the same universe because Shadowbringers is sort of loosely based on a conglomeration of 1 and 2. Sort of. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and end the stream and very, very quickly restart it so we can watch the Final Fantasy 3 cinematic and then start playing Final Fantasy 3. Cool? Cool. Be right back.